Let's now understand the patch utilities. There are two types of patch utilities. One is a command line patch utility and another is a web-based patch utility. The web-based patch utility is nothing but Oracle Applications Manager that you can see it in the GUI within Oracle Applications. Alright, now let's try to understand the command line patch utilities first. Okay, now there are three command line patch utilities. One is something called as Adpatch, which is very widely used, and this is something which is a preferred choice until of late Oracle has released a couple of new GUI based patch application products, but it's very widely used Adpatch utility to apply patch in an Oracle application server. It's also called as Add Auto Patch. Okay, just synonyms. Then you've got something called as a Admrgpch. Okay, and finally a patch application assistant. Admrgpch basically helps you to merge more than one patches and apply them as at once. Okay, so basically it helps the DBA to save the time in applying the patches. So say for instance, if a DBA has to apply 5 patches, and if they are similar patches, say belonging to one particular product family, then he might want to combine them in once, and just that it'll save his time to do additional task post patch application task. It'll save that time. For instance, every patch, once it gets applied, Oracle runs the compile invalid objects, or sometimes if it's a mega patch, then Oracle runs a generate files program. So if you merge multiple patches together, it'll simply helps you to cut the number of steps and cut down the time, right? Then patch application steps. Okay, let me just take you on to the next slide, wherein I have explained you a little more detail out here. So this I've already explained you. Then Oracle Patch Application Assistant, or Admrgpl, it helps you to track multiple manual steps as specified in readme.txt of each patch. Now, as you would recall, in the previous movie we have gone and we have seen what exactly is there in the readme.txt. Basically it contains the instructions of running the patches. Okay, now this is like a shortcut wherein something enhanced or more than Admrgpch, that it not only helps you to track the merge patches, but it also helps you to track the manual steps that a DBA has to do for applying the patches. So say for instance, if you've got 5 patches, then what you have to do in order to apply all those 5 patches, you have to open the readme.txt for each of those 5 patches and then read through the steps and apply it one by one. But this Oracle Patch Application Assistant helps you to combine that readme manual steps into a consolidated form wherein you can track those manual steps, and that those track steps you can as well refer it later. Say for instance, if you have applied financial family pack, you've done some kind of a manual steps, and when you're coming back and applying similar patches again, and you simply want to see what you have done it previously and you don't want to do those steps again, then this utility helps you, because basically it not only tracks the manual steps, but it also stores the history of the information of the manual steps. Okay, now what I'll do it is, in the next classes I will demonstrate you in detail the patch application using Adpatch utility, and that's where we will see a number of other things like add admin utility, or the concept of workers, and the prerequisites that are required for executing or applying a specific patch, and then the post application patch steps. Okay, in the next movie I will explain you the concept of Oracle Applications Manager, which is nothing but the web-based tool to actually track your patches.